How to survive the final boss room in Glassway Grandmaster Nightfall. Not to worry, my friends. In this video, you will be able to learn how to deal with overload champions and wyverns. Alright, let's jump right into it. So, the first thing you want to do when you enter the boss room is to kill the dregs and the overload captain. After you're done with that, use the left room as your defensive room and cover all three entrances. The way how me and my team does, as soon as the fallen overload captain dies, Belmont, also known as the Big Hydra, and the Mini Hydra will spawn. You will be able to see two portals on the sides where the two bosses spawns. From those two portals you will see some goblins and, most importantly, one overload from each portal, making two overloads in the first round. Quickly kill the red bar goblins if you can. Use the middle entrance to lure the overloads in front of you. Do keep in mind the small Hydra can make its way inside one of those rooms, so you gotta be careful with that. And also overloads as well. Mini Hydras and overloads will come to the room, so just be careful. Ignore the Mini Hydra for now. Focus on overload minotaurs. Make sure you deal with them first. Do not damage the Mini Hydra, because if you damage the Mini Hydra, it will spawn more set of overloads, which will be not great. If any of the overload tries to enter from left or right, make sure to call it out and team shoot them. Watch your back at all costs. Remember, you don't have a radar in Grandmaster. Once the first two overloads are dealt with, start DPSing the Mini Hydra. After you DPS it a little bit, you will see a text pop up above your super saying Vex reinforcements are inbound. That means two additional overload champs and some red goblins are gonna spawn once again.
See a text pop up when it will say Vex reinforcements are inbound.
Repeat what you did with overloads, lure them in the middle, just make sure to watch out from the Mini Hydra because it also shoots you. After the overload champs are dealt with, get rid of the Mini Hydra and then the Big Hydra. After taking some damage, they both will retreat. Now you will face another big threat, but they're not as bad as overloads. Yeah, I'm talking about wyverns. What I like to do for these guys, as soon as the bosses retreat, I make my way to far left of the room. You will be able to see a portal from there and you can see one of the wyverns spawning. As soon as it spawns, kill the one in front of you and then go back to middle. Be very careful, since these wyverns can teleport next to you or even front of you and it will kill you no matter how much resilience you have. Either way, just make sure the wyverns are dead, just like the overload champions. Once the wyvern dies, again do the same thing, damage the Mini Hydra until you see Vex reinforcements are inbound. Also remember, every time when it's wyvern round, you will face barrier champions. They can be annoying a little bit. It's best for two people to work on them while the other person distracts Belmont, also known as the big scary guy shooting at you. Baiting Belmont all the way left is the best and ideal option. Going back to the wyverns. Okay, so alright, now going back to what I was talking about wyverns. Now remember, when the Vex reinforcements are inbound, two additional wyverns are gonna show up from the same exact portal. Rockets are very strong against these guys, especially a good void rocket since it's void burn. Linears work great as well, but they can get you killed. Limonarch destroys wyverns and it also applies poison, so yeah, that's pretty good. So in short, enter the room, start the boss fight, focus and use everything you have on overloads first, including your supers. Do not be afraid to pop your supers, because it's best for you to use them on overloads and wyverns rather than saving for the boss damage.
Did you get rid of the... Did you kill the wyvern?
DPS the Hydra, which will spawn more overloads, deal with them, get rid of the Mini Hydra and then the big one. After that, it will be wyvern barrier round. Kill wyverns, then barriers, do the same thing with the Hydra, kill more wyverns, and finish all the barriers. After that, Belmont should be half health and so is the little Hydra. Once again, it's gonna be overload round. Do the same, remember to be patient, kill everything. Go to final phase, which will be wyverns and barriers. Make sure to kill all the champions to get the sweet and platinum loot. Just remember, when it's the final round, it will be wyverns and barriers. So again, same thing. When you kill the Mini Hydra, that means two additional wyverns are gonna spawn from the portal. So it's basically just a loop of, you know, reinforcements, and you know, you just have to pay attention to when the ads are spawning, when they're not spawning, or you know, what should you do, what you should not do in order to like prevent you know, your team wiping, because this is very important. If you damage the mini hydra a little too much, it will spawn like the next wave, and trust me, you can handle 2 wyverns or maybe 2 overloads, you know, because since you're gonna be 3 people, but you can't directly fight on like 4 overloads, or heck, even 4 wyverns. I can't even imagine what's it like to, like, you know, go up against 4 wyverns. Like, it's really insane. And like I said, remember to have your supers, and yeah, you should be, you know, you should be fine. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm pretty sure this video will help you out and in some way, I guess, because I, you know, shared, you know, what basically goes down in that whole room. So if it did, please leave a like and also share, so that, you know, other guardians out there don't have to deal with all this bullshit. Anyways, make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe if you're new here. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so yeah, help me get there, fellas. Peace.